Hello and a warm welcome to this special broadcast where the Federal, its sister concern, Puthiyathalaimurai and Apt Research Group have conducted an all-India pre-poll survey just ahead of the elections to gauge the mood of the voters. We went to 19 states. This pre-poll was conducted between December 2023 and January 2024. And we asked a number of questions to the voters across 19 states. We brought in a set of findings. And on the basis of that, we brought out the seat share projections and, of course, the vote share projections as well. Today, the state which we will take up is Tamil Nadu, which again we have divided into 4 different zones. So joining me now on today's panel is Sumant Raman, who is a senior political commentator joining us from Tamil Nadu. We have S. Srinivasan, who is the editor-in-chief of the Federal and the head of the Puthiyathalaimurai Group. We have Raghuram T, who's the president of the Apt Research Group. And also we have a senior journalist from the Federal, Kavita Muralidharan. Thank you so much for joining. So as I was saying that we had asked a few questions from voters in Tamil Nadu. So let's go to the question graphics straight and we'll put out before you. There you have it. So going to the first question, who are your top 3 all-time favorite prime ministers of India? Indira Gandhi, 53.38, Jawaharlal Nehru, 49.81, Rajiv Gandhi, 8.3, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, 37.36, Narendra Modi, 32.97, Dr. Manmohan Singh, 32.89, VP Singh, 21.16, Narasimha Rao, 11.56. All right, so the next question, who amongst the opposition party leaders do you think will make a good PM candidate? Rahul Gandhi, 50.78%. Mamata Banerjee, 13.18%. Arvind Kejriwal, 9.29%. Akhilesh Yadav, 5.79%. Sharad Pawar, 3.90%. Nitish Kumar, 2.33%. So Rahul Gandhi is the most popular choice from the opposition leaders. Now let's go on to the next question graphics. That which among the following describes best the change in your economic status in the past 5 years? Has seen a change for the better, 27.73, has remained the same, 42.23, has deteriorated, 26.42, other opinion, 0.83, and can't say don't know is 2.80. Then the next question, which according to you are the top 3 initiatives of the government led by PM Modi? UPI, 58.66, supply of free rations to over 80 crore people, 49.35, safe drinking water through Jal Jeevan Mission, 47.94, direct benefit to farmers, 39.75, enhancing India's stature internationally, 24.43, improving the quality of our national highways, 30.07, and can't say don't know is 4.16. Now, the next set of questions. Are you a beneficiary of any of the schemes implemented by the central government? Yes, 17.72. No, 77.52. That's a big number. That people have not availed the benefits of the centrally sponsored schemes. That number is 77.52. Other opinions, 0.94. Can't say don't know is 3.82. Then the next question. Which among the following issues will determine your voting intention in the forthcoming Lok Sabha elections? Price rise, 31.69, unemployment, 30.66, Modi continuing as PM, 16.25, stable government, 10.67, new government at the center, 26.85, and other issues, 1.67. So these were the set of questions which were asked from the voters in Tamil Nadu. And let me go to Raghuram first. Raghuram, what are the big takeaways from this set of data which we had just reflected on?
Typical of Tamil Nadu, the top 3 all-time favorite prime ministers are Indira Gandhi, Nehru, and Rajiv Gandhi. A majority of the respondents have chosen Rahul being an ideal candidate from among the opposition for prime ministership. Then unemployment, price rise, and the change of government at the center are the 3 issues that will have an impact of the voting intention of the people in the state. But despite all this, central government's 3 schemes, the UPI, the UPI initiative, free rations to the poor, and Jal Jeevan Mission has good tracking among the Tamil Nadu voters, and that is a deviation from the past. People are recognizing the schemes of the central government and they have expressed their backing to it. Although their preferences lie elsewhere, there is recognition for the central government schemes. These are the key takeaways according to me.
Right. It looks like a happy story for the Congress. At least they seem to have some kind of stability. Despite that, the people in Tamil Nadu feel that why will Modi again become India's prime minister? That's what the big question is. And few people from Tamil Nadu were asked this question. Let's play out this little video for you, and you will get an idea as to why people feel so.
எனக்கு என்னமோ அவர் தான் பிஎம் அவர் தான் இருப்பார்னு தோணுது. இப்போ அவர் ஃபுல் பவர் எடுத்துட்டாரு. அதுக்கு மேலே வேற ஆள் மாறுற மாதிரி எனக்கு ஒன்றும் தோணலை. ஐ திங்க் ஸோ பிகாஸ் in the north due to the latest policies they have implemented and also the temple related stuff he will stay in power. That's my assumption.
Yeah, for sure Modi will continue as PM for another term also. Most of the people's preference is towards religion, so I think northern part of India is more inclined towards religion, so I think that's the main driver for Modi to be the next PM.
Sure.
Why?
Why? Because he has a lot of good features in his last period of time, and I hope it will happen.
வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ஏன்னா நார்த் சப்போர்ட் தான் அதிகமாக இருக்குது. நம்ம சவுத்தோட நார்த்தில் தான் சப்போர்ட் அதிகம், நார்த் பீப்புள்ஸ் தான் அதிகம். அதனால் கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் என்ன தான் பண்ணாலும் மோடி வர்றதை தடுக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா அவங்க எல்லாம் அவங்க முடிவு பண்ணுறதுலாம் இருக்குது.
மெயினாக மோடி வருவாருன்னு சொல்கிறோம். அது ஃபேக்ட் என்னென்னா ஹிந்துத்துவா சவுத் சைடில் ஹிந்துத்துவா எடுபடாது. நார்த் சைடில் அது ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கிறதுனால மோடி கண்டிப்பாக வருவார். மறுபடியும் அங்கே ஹிந்துத்துவா விட மாட்டாங்க எப்படியும். எஸ், அப்சல்யூட்லி.
கண்டினியூ பண்ண வேண்டான்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். அவங்க வந்து ஹிந்துவிசம் ரொம்ப ப்ராபகேட் பண்ணுற மாதிரி எனக்கு தோணுது.
Modi will be continue, country will dangerous.
I think yes.
Why?
I think more people are in favor of him, so.
No, his work is not done for me. I am not satisfied for him.
जी, मोदी जाने के बाद शायद ऐसा नहीं होता, मिलना मुश्किल है इंडिया के लिए. सबसे सुपर पीएम मोदी के लिए वही है.
I think so because he has done development at some parts.
Yeah, I think Modi would continue because I can't think of anyone else. That's maybe the main reason Modi could continue.
Modi has shown a strong leadership perception to the general public, even in other outside countries. If you see, after 2014, we have India is in a much stronger position, at least internationally, than it was before. So I think Modi would continue.
Right. So interesting answers coming there from the voters in Tamil Nadu. Srini sir, I would like to come to you on this, that given the fact that people want to see Rahul Gandhi as a prime ministerial candidate, but they know for sure that Prime Minister Modi, there is no other alternative of Modi. So is that the factor which is really working on the minds of the voters, and this narrative of Modi ki guarantee, which has been projected by the BJP? So does that seem to be working totally in favor of that of BJP and of course PM Modi?
I think there are a couple of issues here. People in Tamil Nadu certainly, prefer Gandhi Nehru family because of historic reasons, and also the fact that a very unfortunate incident happened here near Sriperumbudur, where one of the prime ministers, from the Gandhi family, the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi was killed here. And there are certain sentiments here for the family, and it's been supportive of Congress. Also, the traditional role that Congress has played in the past. All those things are there. Therefore, there is a certain sympathy when it comes to, ruler dissenter. People here are very smart, highly educated. They certainly distinguish between, a state leadership and a central leadership. And since I also feel that though Rahul has not been projected as a prime ministerial candidate, and it's, Modi who has been projected, whatever their personal preferences are, they, of course, strongly feel that Modi is the likely prime minister, and he is likely to return for a third term. That's what they most of them seem to be concluding, at least in the surprise video put out by our producer. Though there is a very elaborate survey done by Raghunath, I think we need to look at their other findings very closely. These are my opening remarks about what I see in the survey you presented so far.
So, Sumant, from the data set which we have just played out, what is the most striking feature about the way the people in Tamil Nadu are really responding? It looks like a dichotomy. I mean, the Gandhi family remains very popular, but people still know that there is no other alternative of Modi. So, how would you really respond to this voter mindset?
First of all, Tamil Nadu is one of the very few states where, I think probably the only state where the popularity of Rahul Gandhi has been consistently higher than the popularity of the Prime Minister. That is something which has been borne out by multiple surveys of different agencies. So to that extent, I'm not surprised in seeing the fact that Mrs. Gandhi, holds comes up trumps in who people rate very highly as a Prime Minister and so on. So the point really is that the BJP's policy of Hindutva has very few takers in Tamil Nadu. That has increased in the recent past, but clearly it is not enough to win substantially. It is, today the BJP, in my opinion, is the third largest political party in Tamil Nadu. It has created a base for itself, but whether that is enough to win anything is something that I would seriously doubt. I agree that they are no longer a 3% party. They're probably close to double digits, maybe a bit more. But beyond that, I think it's very, very difficult to sort of say that the BJP has emerged in a massive way in terms of occupying the mind space of a large segment of the electorate in Tamil Nadu. I don't think that that's happened. And some of the issues that you put up, for instance, the 77% saying they have not benefited. Very often people do not know whether it is a state government sponsored scheme or a central scheme. So the reason why 77% say that they did not benefit is they don't know from where the money is coming for the houses that are being built or for the free rations that are being distributed in ration shops. For instance, almost everybody believes that the free rations are being given by the state government. So I don't think anybody in Tamil Nadu has an understanding that a sizable amount of the grains are being provided by the center for these schemes. So I see that as more a lack of information among the people. But overall, I think that there has been progress by the BJP in Tamil Nadu. But is it enough to win something substantial? I don't think so.
All right, so we'll put out the seat projections a little later, but let's go on to the vote share projections. And I had told you that we have divided Tamil Nadu's vote share into different zones. So first, let's pick up the first zone of Tamil Nadu, and that is North Tamil Nadu. Now look at the vote share of the different parties. The chart is before you. DMK front in Northern AIADMK 20.32, BJP 18.07, NTK is 6.58, PMK 3.26, other opinion 4.56, can't say, don't know is 8%. So that's a vote share of North Tamil Nadu. So we'll keep discussing wise. Then take up the next zone. That's what the order we'll follow. I'll come to you, Raghuram, first. Looking at this data set, it seems that DMK still will have the largest vote share as compared to other parties, but BJP 0.07 in the northern Tamil Nadu, yes.
After nearly 55 years, I think Tamil Nadu is seeing the rise of a national party in a parliament election. DMK is at the number one spot with 35.49% of the support. ADMK and BJP are neck and neck. They're just 2.25 percentage points segregating them. And ADMK is at the second spot and BJP is at the third spot. This is significant because BJP coming up neck and neck with ADMK, the two in the north zone comprising of Chidambaram, Krishnagiri, Arani, Viluppuram. This, which is part of it, is 1 year influenced area, which has 1 years are concentrated here. So this is quite significant for a national party to put up this type of performance in one of the zones of Tamil Nadu.
Right. All right. Sumant, if I may ask you, what is the reason why parties like NTK or PMK don't seem to be doing so well? NTK with a vote share of 6.58, PMK 3.26. And of course,
First of all, let me say that I completely disagree with these numbers. There is no way. This is the area which the DMK front swept. I'm not referring to 2019. I'm referring to the 2021 assembly election. So there is no way that the DMK front polls less than 40% here. This is also one of the weakest areas for the BJP. BJP predominantly is putting its hopes on southern Tamil Nadu and western Tamil Nadu. There is no way that they are going to get 18% here. And there is also a underestimation of the PMK. The PMK's hardcore base is in northern Tamil Nadu, is around Arani, is around Vidupuram, is around Tiruvannamalai. These are one-year heartlands. And that's where the PMK draws its base from. So to say that the PMK typically gets around between 5 and 6% of the vote across the state. They've contested on their own in the past, and they have managed to get 5 to 6%. In northern Tamil Nadu, in certain pockets, they actually poll as high as 17, 16, 15%. So there is no way the PMK is getting 3.26% in these areas. Likewise, the DMK front, if you take 2021, the assembly election, which is really the last, I mean, if you ignore the local body elections, which are fought on an entirely different platform, the 2021 is the last election that we have to compare with. And if you look at that election, the AIADMK did not win a single, would not have won a single Lok Sabha seat in this area. It would have been swept by the DMK. The AIADMK front actually won 7. Of course, BJP was part of that at that point of time. But
I'm really surprised, and I again want to ask you that question on BJP. BJP getting a vote share of 18.07.
No way.
There is no way.
My gut feel is this is the area which is the Achilles heel of the BJP, and my personal perception is a double-digit figure for the BJP in this zone is realistic. If you said 18% in southern Tamil Nadu or western Tamil Nadu, I am prepared to believe that. But no way in northern Tamil Nadu is the BJP getting 18% vote share. I mean, if this comes true, it is an political earthquake in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, earthquake is what Sumant is saying. Kavita, if I can come to you on this data set, what does this really mean for the Lok Sabha elections? If the results like this, what we have shown in the chart.
Yeah, I think for once I'll agree with Sumant. I think this kind of vote share for BJP sounds very unrealistic from what we see on ground, what we hear from people. So if it's happening, if it's true, if the survey results are like really true, then the substantial vote share of PMK must have shifted to the BJP. Right? Then that's what we need to, I don't know, that's what we have to infer. I'm not sure if that's happened because the PMK continues to be active. There are reasons to be unhappy with PMK for a voter, but I don't know if it will, if it will be so strong to kind of bring about this kind of shift.
Right, but let me bring in Srini sir on this. Srini sir, PMK be such a weak force to transfer its vote share basically to BJP, and which we have shown as getting a vote share of 18.07.
Yeah, actually, this number clearly shows, of course, BJP is a surprise pack here. If this is true, that no wonder BJP is constantly chasing AIADMK. If you combine their vote share, it's actually more than DMK front. Clearly, it's 38% just in this zone. Yeah. So, and which is, as my previous, participants confirmed that it's been the lowest for BJP in this region, the support base. And right. There, if they cross, combine 38% that of DMK front, which has been there, very strong and unmoved. And everybody knows that DMK front is there and there will be no difference of opinion. There are minor difference of opinion. There is no major fallout within the front and they've been solidly together. Whereas the other front still haven't taken shape. They still are talking. Tomorrow PM is coming here. There are some hopes that some minor parties may join him, but still AIADMK, which is a major chunk headed by Edappadi, is keeping out of this. So the BJP on its own getting 18% is a surprise in the pack. And as far as PMK is concerned, it's an active political party on the ground.
Yes.
It has its own set of cadres. It's also a kind of a cadre-based, and of course, it's got a certain slant as far as its politics is concerned, but it has a certain support base on the ground, and the only big possibility is that the PMK support has now shifted to BJP if these figures are true.
All right, I'll take a quick counter from Raghuram on this. The data set for BJP, one has to take it with a pinch of salt. You want to say something on that, and then we move on to the next zone. Yes, Raghuram.
Two quick points. I too agree that the PMK's vote share in the north zone is around 6%, and I believe it still remains the same when it comes to assembly elections. This being a parliamentary election, I think the vote share is diminished, and the voters might have migrated to a national party. And as far as the DMK's vote share, Mr. Sumant is a respected voice in analyzing elections. I respect his views. But he said that 40% is the ideal vote share for the DMK front in this zone. We have predicted 36 and 8% of the voters are undecided. So we are coming somewhere close to that. And as far as the BJP performing well, I think apart from you having an organizational base, it is the common voter too who answers in an opinion poll, and finally it is their vote that matters when deciding elections.
The vote share projections for the next zone of Tamil Nadu, that is South Tamil Nadu. You can see the chart on your screen. DMK front seems to be getting a vote share of 37.38 according to this pre-poll survey. BJP 19.54. AIADMK is 12.52, which means that BJP has a bigger vote share than AIADMK in this. And MTK 10.46, DMDK 2.13, other opinions 6.51, can't say, don't know 9.46. I'll come to Sumant on this. BJP again here seems to be getting a larger vote share than AIADMK. Sumant, what would you really say to this?
Before that, just one correction. I don't think it is DMDK. I think it's probably AMMK or somebody else, because the DMDK as a party does not have a presence in southern Tamil Nadu at all. So I don't know where this is coming from. This 2.13% vote share for the DMDK in southern. The DMDK is largely a north and central Tamil Nadu party. They don't have much of a base in southern Tamil Nadu. So that's first point. The second point is, I expect the BJP to do well. BJP already in a place like Kanyakumari is the dominant force. They generally outpoll the AIADMK in Kanyakumari, so I have no problem with that. And yes, some parts of Tirunelveli, they have a strong local leader there, Nainar Nagendran, who's the leader of the BJP legislature party and the party MLA. So they do have a stronger presence. The fact that they are going to align or have as allies Mr. TTV Dinakaran and OPS, whose presence, the AMMK has a presence in about 15 to 20 assembly segments in southern Tamil Nadu, and they are concentrated in southern Tamil Nadu. So I'm not saying that the AIADMK will end up with 12%. I think they will end up with a little more, but the BJP outperforming the AIADMK in southern Tamil Nadu is a real possibility. I may not agree with these numbers, but the concept of the BJP doing well in southern Tamil Nadu, I go with that. And southern Tamil Nadu, you also will have to understand, is a slightly more polarized electorate. It sort of plays into the communal politics of the BJP because there is a Hindu-Christian polarization in southern Tamil Nadu. And the Christians predominantly go with the DMK Congress combined. The Congress has a sizable vote share among the Christians, and the DMK also. So in such a polarized environment, it is possible for the BJP to create a communal divide. And that is possibly what is being explained here.
Right. But Shirisa, if I may come to you, as what Sumant was saying, that BJP will try and play its communal politics. And we do see a rise of BJP, which has a higher vote share than AIADMK. But the question is that why is AIADMK not being able to capitalize in this particular region?
Yeah, so here it's DMK front and it's not BJP front, it's BJP alone. But the question here is, has some of the respondents have accepted the fact that at least two factions of AIADMK, which has broken away, two or three actually, TTV, OPS, and even Sasikala, who's not in any political party, neither OPS is, they both are expelled from AIADMK, could give a tacit support to BJP. I mean, is that the understanding of the respondents? I don't know, because more or less that's the case in Tamil Nadu. Except in the case of Edapadi's AIADMK, which stands alone. So that's one possibility. Second thing, as Agram has been constantly pointing out, in this case also, can't say don't know is nearly 10%. So is that going to change equations in any manner? That's the question.
So now we come to central Tamil Nadu. Now look at the vote share here. In central part of Tamil Nadu, DMK front is likely to get a vote share of 46.18, AIADMK 20.29, BJP 11.21, NTK is 7.14, PMK 4.99, other opinion is 2.85, and can't say don't know is 3.77. Kavita, I'll come to you now.
No, I just wanted to know, PMK is slightly higher this side in central Tamil Nadu. So, I mean, we need some clarity on what exactly central Tamil Nadu, the team, where did the team locate? Because the BJP, the PMK seems to be performing better in what they did in their area of strength.
All right, so let's get an answer from Raghuram.
In the central zone, the PMK is marginally higher than its traditional stronghold, and it's just too marginal for me to comment on it. I think, as I told you, the PMK's vote share of 6% will reflect in an assembly election.
Okay, yeah.
Rather than a parliamentary election pre-poll.
Okay. Yeah, but still, I'm very surprised that even if it's marginal, I think PMK not doing so well in its traditional house, traditional stronghold, and doing slightly marginally better in central Tamil Nadu comes as a surprise to me. I think DMK front was already strong, and ADMK does much better than the other two zones in this.
Right. In Kalaburagi Lok Sabha constituency, the PMK is quite strong.
Yeah, true. Yeah, okay.
You can find out that Kalaburagi PMK has been traditionally very strong there.
Oh, Kalaburagi. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So, Sumant, now, looking at this particular data set, are we in a position to say that now PMK looks like a waning force in Tamil Nadu? Apparently not doing well, not coming up with proper strategies the way they should have. How do you look at this?
Because I think the PMK to me has been the great survivor in Tamil Nadu politics. They will get 5 to 6% vote share. It will never go above 6%. It will never fall below 4.5 to 5%. That has been the pattern for the last 20 years. Whether they have contested alone or contested as part of alliances, that has been their pattern. So I don't expect the party to implode, just as I don't expect them to become a big party of maybe 10% vote share or 15% vote share. They have a very narrow caste appeal. And that caste appeal, at least until now, they have managed to keep that vote base intact, which is why they are heavily in demand, because that vote share is concentrated. It's not that it is spread across the entire state. If you had 4 to 5% across the entire state, people may not even be interested in an alliance with you. But if you have 4 to 5% concentrated across maybe 7, 8, 9 Lok Sabha seats, then you become a powerful force, because in some of those Lok Sabha segments, you're generating 15% or 12% and thereabouts vote share. So PMK, this part, overall, I agree. The DMK in the Delta area, this is basically the Kaveri Delta part of central Tamil Nadu, which is the DMK's fortress. Even in times when they have been occasionally let down in northern Tamil Nadu, they have managed to hold their own in the Delta. So this part, 46%, I can absolutely agree with. And, the DMK combined is going to win most of the seats in this area. For all practical purposes, the AIADMK is not even pushing very hard, except, a few seats, maybe Kalakurchi and others, where there may be some kind of a contest. most of the other seats in this area are going to the DMK combined. I don't think any of us on the show are going to disagree with that.
So this is West Tamil Nadu now. Now look at the vote share here. DMK front 31.24%, BJP 22, AIADMK 21.35. NTK is 4.99, PMK 1.85, other opinion 6.10, and can't say don't know is 8.96. Now, I'll come to Srini sir now. Srini sir, what do we say? Here again, there is a slight difference between, not a huge difference between AIADMK and BJP. So they seem to be almost like neck and neck in terms of vote share here in this particular zone.
I think this particular data set is really a big this thing for AIADMK. Look, Edapadi comes from that region. And to say that AIADMK is going to be only 21% and BJP has, though very with a small margin, nipped it, it looks a bit improbable to me because he's you know, his existence in that entire AIADMK, if you see the last two, even when Jayalalitha was alive, was he could turn out more MLAs from that region as compared to the other regions. That's where his prominence also grew within the party. So this data set is completely surprising. As far as I'm concerned, maybe you should ask others how they look at it. But again, this is one surprise here, surprising thing here, I think.
All right. So Sumant, I'll come to you now for this data set of West Tamil. What does it look like? And what are the strong indicators according to you?
Look, this is the area where had the BJP and the AIADMK continued in an alliance, they would have swept the zone. Or they would have done very well. I'm not saying they would have swept the zone, but they would have done very well and they might have won easily 5 or 6 seats in this area. But because the alliance broke, clearly here the DMK has an edge, but it's not likely to be a sweep like it is in other areas. Look, I think what has happened here, why you're getting the 22% for the BJP is, I think, and I don't know, Mr. Raghuram can correct me on this, that there may be a slight urban skew. Because you see, typically the BJP draws its support in the Kongu region from urban pockets. Coimbatore town, for instance, BJP has a lot of support. So, you know, places around. But if you take the rural areas of the Kongu region, they sort of overwhelmingly go with the AIADMK. So, for instance, the BJP might do well in Coimbatore, but they're certainly not going to outpoll the AIADMK in Pollachi. Perhaps they may, the AIADMK will do well in Salem because it's Mr. Edapadi's home constituency. So, Erode, again, AIADMK has a solid base. So I don't believe, then certain parts which are not necessarily, considered traditional Kongu area, but have a high proportion of Kongu community voters. There again, there could be where the AIADMK outperforms the BJP. So my gut feel is the BJP's vote share could be as high as 15-16% in these areas. I don't dispute that. Them outperforming the AIADMK across this zone, as Mr. Srinivasan said, I think that's quite improbable. But there will be gains for the BJP in this area in terms of vote share. So there is no doubt about it. But had Mr. Annamalai not forced the breakage of this alliance, which it now appears seems to have been even against the wishes of the BJP High Command, who are still saying the doors are open to the AIADMK, then it's very likely that the alliance would have won 5 or 6 seats, including at least 2 or 3 seats for BJP in this area.
Right. So, Kavita, I want to come to you now. Any very strong indicators, according to you, coming from the West?
For me, what is surprising and confusing is DMK front's vote share, because DMK is traditionally weak in Kongo region. It was the ADMK which had always had an upper hand there, and DMK managed to rope in Senthil Balaji from ADMK, who kind of reversed the fortunes for the DMK. He brought some victories, but now Senthil Balaji is in soup. Nobody knows when he will come out, whether he will be doing the election work for the party. So what is surprising for me is maybe it's because of, as Usman pointed out, maybe it's because of the problems in alliance between the BJP and the AIADMK that the DMK front has an edge now. But traditionally, the ADMK has never been as strong as it is projected in the West.
All right. So moving on now from the zone-wise vote share, now let's come on to the total vote share of the different parties. So what does the complete picture on the vote projections in Tamil Nadu look like? So after the zone-wise vote share projection, now look at the picture, what it looks like in Chennai, the capital city of Tamil Nadu. So we have the Chennai vote share. A front is 46.99, BJP 21.64, AIADMK 10.41, NTK 5.34, DMK 4.66, other opinions 7.40, can't say don't know 0.41. The second strongest force in Chennai. Srinivas,
Oh God. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know how this poll came to this conclusion. If the BJP gets 21% vote share in Chennai, it will be akin to the Congress getting 300 seats in the Lok Sabha election. I mean, to me, both are,
I think Nadu will
as likely.
this.
No, honestly, I mean, I don't know what calculation this is. And the PMK getting close to 5% in Chennai. See, the PMK is not an urban party at all. It doesn't have a base in Chennai. So I think I think if you honestly ask me, I think that somewhere these the zones may have been mixed up, or the figures, because this makes no sense at all. I mean, I can understand the DMK 46.9 is understood. This is their fortress. So there is no way they are going to get less than 45% in Chennai. That I agree. But I mean, BJP getting 21% in Chennai, PMK getting 4.6% in Chennai, and honestly, this to me is like saying Congress is winning 300 Lok Sabha seats.
I think let's go to Raghuram. Raghuram, now please answer this question. It's almost like Congress getting 300 plus seats in 2024. Yes.
Now, Congress one day might get 300 seats at the center, but not in this election.
Exactly.
Entitled to his views, but this is what the Chennai public have told us, and we have tabulated them, and we got the figures here. In mid-May, when elections come, it will be the right time for us to compare how well we have performed. I stand by these figures.
But what about PMK? As what Sumant was saying, that it's not PMK's stronghold, it's not a urban party, and here PMK getting 4.66% vote share.
See, we have been polling almost every alternate year in Chennai, and PMK has always been polling anywhere between 2 to 3.5 to 4% in Chennai traditionally. See, this is an opinion poll based on a sampling basis, and there are respondents who come up and give this type of inputs, and for it's incumbent on us to transparently project what is shared with us. No, I can't play around with the data. This is what has been told to us. We have collected it. This has not happened only for this election. In December, we had done a poll on the 2024 Lok Sabha in Chennai. So repeatedly, this has been happening, and the sample size is too insignificant for us. It has no impact on the outcome of the election. So we don't read much into it. No, someone like Sumant, who does so much of poll analysis, should know a samples vote percentage of 4.25 is quite insignificant to even bring up for discussion in a forum like this. That is my personal view, but he's entitled to do what he feels is correct for himself.
Yes, Sumant, a quick point, and then I'll go.
I think the reason I'm not doubting the authenticity with which Mr. Raghuram has done the poll. All I'm saying is these numbers are completely different from what conventional wisdom would actually say. And even today, speaking to people on the street, the BJP as a political party has a presence only in one of Chennai's 3 seats, and that is South Madras. They don't even have a presence in central Chennai or in or significant presence in North Chennai outside one small pocket in the Harbour constituency. So I'm completely flummoxed as to where this 21% is actually going to come from. So South Madras, they do have a base. Their quote unquote Brahmin constituency numbers would give them a boost there, but it's still not a predominantly Brahmin constituency also. So I can understand if they get a higher vote share there and they drag the AIADMK down in South Madras. But Central Madras and North Madras are Central Madras, I know it's my constituency where I live, and the BJP is hardly even present on the ground there. So I'm really amazed at 21% vote share. These are places where, if you look at BJP's vote numbers in previous elections, they were probably around 2%, 3%.
All right.
So yeah, that's why I'm surprised.
Word from Srini sir, and then we will go on to the overall vote share percentage. Yes, Srini sir, you want to say something on this Chennai vote share?
Yeah, so the only thing I feel, if one need to try to understand and rationalize this, how this might have happened, I feel possibly because though the constituents here, voters here, electorate prefers the Indira Nehru family, as we have seen earlier, it may not translate into votes. And but since there is no projection of a prime ministerial candidate, and you know, in urban population, the social media and the impact of national TV and their things are very heavy. So probably in the people's mind you, one reason they've been constantly giving during these interviews also, which we sampled earlier, that they said that look, it's north where he has a presence. So if you ask whether PM will return, most probably it will be Modi. That's a kind of idea which is coming out, or is people said that, oh, I'm going to vote for BJP. I mean, there is a difference between the two. I really don't know. It's an opinion expressed by them who possibly could become the PM, or whether they are going to vote for Modi to become a PM.
All right. So now let's put out the final vote share projections of...
This would be a comparison projection, okay? 2019 and 2024, so that, both the data will be in one. Yeah.
We'll play that.
Comparison.
Yeah. So let's compare the vote share percentages, what it was in 2019 and what we have projected for this year. So here is a comparative vote share in 2019. DMK front had a vote share of 53.32, and that has declined to 38.33. BJP had a vote share of 3.71, and now it has jumped to 18.48. That looks like the real story. And AIADMK had a vote share of 18.72, not too much of a decline. They've come down to 17.26. And in terms of the seats which they had won in 2019, DMK had won 38 seats, and AIADMK had won single seat. So, Kavita, you want to say something on this? If you look at the comparative vote share.
So it looks like, going by the survey results, if they are like authentic or real, it looks like DMK's vote share has shifted to the BJP. And that's the biggest surprise element in this survey result. So that I don't know if it's possible, if it's really happening, but maybe as Srini sir said, people confuse with the prime minister candidate. People here think that it's a given that Modi will become the prime minister, so they may have assumed that way. I'm not very sure, but it also shows that ADMK is progressively getting weak. Without since Jayalalitha's death, I have not seen a significant victory from the ADMK. So it looks like it's continuing. That's what it actually looks like. But BJP is a huge surprise element. I'm not sure if this will actually reflect in votes, but it's a huge surprise element.
Right. But Sumant, if you look at this BJP vote share, the comparative jump, what we see in BJP's vote share, whose vote bank is actually BJP eating into? Is it AIADMK? Is it DMK? How would you look at this rise in BJP?
Yeah, 2-3 points. First, just one little difference of opinion from what Kavita said, because I think if we agree on everything on a show, then it will look very awkward. So we always spar, so it's okay. No, the point really is that there is anti-incumbency against the DMK government, state government. That is absolutely crystal clear, and their vote share is not going to cross the 53% like it did last time. It is going to be down. My gut feel is it will probably be in the early 40s, which will still be enough to give them a comfortable victory because the opposition is split. The point is AIADMK has not imploded after Jayalalitha. The expectation was that there won't be a party called AIADMK. It would implode. All the senior leaders will join the BJP. Nothing has happened so far. Very importantly, the AIADMK combined in 2021, after 10 years in power, won 75 seats out of the 234 seats. So I think you have to, that was actually, the DMK after 5 years in power, 2006 to 11, they were reduced to 21 seats in the assembly. So you can understand that I would not underestimate the AIADMK. I believe that over the next few days, they will form an alliance with the PMK, DMDK, and a few other parties in the state. And I would not, I think I go with Prashant Kishore saying don't underestimate Edapadi Palaniswamy, because so far he has confounded the critics, run a government for 4 years when everyone said, it's a matter of a few days before the government collapses, kept the party together, got back the symbol, which at one point was frozen. So at every stage, he has proved the critics wrong. So I don't. And the second point is, I don't think the BJP is going to get a higher vote share than the AIADMK. I think the AIADMK will get a significantly higher vote share than the BJP. The BJP's vote share will go up compared to their traditional 3.71%. It is going to be a double-digit vote share for sure. But will they outpoll the AIADMK? I don't think so. Also, just one thing I noticed, and that's not so clear in this, but it was clear in the other chart, the chart where without the comparison, there is still a 5 or 6% unaccounted for, which perhaps Mr. Raghuram could explain, because the total comes to some 94 or 95 and not to 100.
Yes. Raghuram, you want to answer this? You have to
Yeah, some small parties are not reflecting on the table. I can read it out if you want.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm just saying that it's not getting accounted for. That's all.
Some smaller parties are missing in the table. I can share it now.
Yeah.
Note, like for instance, ADMK is 17.26, NTK is 7.26, PMK is 2.81, DMDK is 2.17, M&M is 0.67, Puthiyathalaimurai-Apt is 0.64, other opinion is 5.41, can't say don't know 6.96, and totals to 100.
Yeah, there's also one other point that I want to make, and that some of these alliances, so for instance, Mr. Raghuram mentioned M&M. M&M is for all practical purposes likely to have an alliance with the DMK front. So those votes get added to the DMK bucket. The PMK is likely to have an alliance with the AIADMK. So that goes into that bucket. And when alliances are formed, generally voters who are anti-DMK vote for the alliance that they think has the best chance of defeating the DMK in that particular constituency. So it could help the BJP in some southern Tamil Nadu pockets. It could help the AIADMK in the rest of the state. So I think we have to factor in all of this.
Right. So one quick question Yes, Raghuram, you're saying something?
Yeah. Compared to the 2019 elections, the DMK has lost nearly 15 percentage points of votes. And compared to the 2021 elections, they have lost 7.05 percentage. The dip 7.05 percentage points. When compared to 2019, the ADMK has hardly lost anything. But when you compare their performance 2021 assembly elections, they have really lost 22.10.
Okay.
All right.
A proportion of BJP supporters are coming from the ADMK, and proportion are coming from the DMK. The people who voted more people who voted for the ADMK in 21 are voting for BJP now, and lesser proportion of people are voting, of DMK voters are voting for BJP in the current election.
All right.
No,
Yes. Make a point.
One correction. The AIADMK did not get 40%. To have a 22% away from it, the AIADMK was in alliance with multiple parties, including the PMK, including the BJP, and so on, in 2021. So
share was 13.72.
Yes, the vote share was entire front. And if the AIADMK is still getting 17%, we also need to deduct the vote share of the alliance partners from this number. So you cannot say that the AIADMK got 39% and now they are getting 17%, therefore 22% is gone. I mean, that is not...
Before we put out
AIADMK was
the
a prominent player there.
Before we put out the
Yeah.
final projections, I want to ask one quick question from Srini sir. The Srini sir, looking at this particular chart, which is the nationwide vote share projection, does it look like that BJP will grab the biggest headline, the kind of achievement they've made in terms of the vote share? Sure, it doesn't a big thing to be. Even if they just get a double-digit vote share projection from 3 point, I mean, from last time's vote share.
Yeah, I think Amit Shah would be really thrilled to see this because there's a twin strategy of BJP nationally. A, win more than, I mean, they've been saying that they want to get 370 on their own, 370 seats. And the second point which they have been saying as a party is that we should cross a vote share of 50%. If you take the vote share of BJP last time in Tamil Nadu, it was just about 3.75. So they really have to work very hard to attain the target which the Prime Minister, the party president or the party strategist Amit Shah has set for them. The other thing is, if you even combine all the vote share of all the southern states, it doesn't come cross 100. It's just about 100. And last time with 130 seats in this region, BJP got 30, only 10% of that. So both in the terms of increasing its seat and increasing vote share, BJP has been working very hard, and Prime Minister has been making several visits. And Tamil Nadu has been one of the, particularly in Achilles Hills for the party, where it's not been able to make much of, break much of its ground. So probably the strategy of BJP was to increase the vote share, at least if they're not able to win any seat from here. But this particular performance of BJP only would perhaps testify or endorse the decision taken by Annamalai to break away from Edapadi faction and go on his own. But I would still feel like someone's saying and others are saying, I've been saying for a while that, you can't underestimate Edapadi. He seemed to have actually beaten lots of odds. And the person who's been sitting next to the PM in a function comes back and within weeks announces that he has broken away from BJP. I think this man has outsmarted everyone so far, and to say that he is going to be lower than BJP, whereas AIADMK is a major party in Tamil Nadu, is a bit, I mean, to say least, is surprising.
All right. Okay, so now let's go on to the final seat share projection, what it looks like in Tamil Nadu. So if Nisha, you could play out the graphics. Yes. So here is the zone-wise seat projection. DMK in South seems to be getting 8 to 9 Lok Sabha seats. BJP South 1 to 2 Lok Sabha seats. AIADMK seems to be getting 0 to 1 Lok Sabha seat. In West, if you see, DMK 6, BJP 1 to 2, AIADMK 1 to 2, and Central, if you look at Central Tamil Nadu, 5 to DMK, BJP seems to be drawing a blank, AIADMK 1. Then North, DMK 8 to 9 Lok Sabha seats, BJP 1, AIADMK 1 to 2. Chennai 2 to DMK, BJP 1, AIADMK draws a blank, and in the overall state seat share projection, if you look at, DMK seems to be getting anything between 29 to 31 Lok Sabha seats, BJP 4 to 6, AIADMK 4 to 6, and the total number of seats, of course, is 39. So, Sumant, I'll come to you first on this seat share, final seat share projection.
There is no way the BJP is winning 6 seats in Tamil Nadu. It is simply not possible. It is the equivalent, as I said, it's probably the equivalent of Congress now winning 400 seats in the Lok Sabha. So I'm sorry, these seat share projections simply don't add up. I potentially believe that the BJP can win 1 or 2 seats, Kanyakumari being one, and probably another 1 or 2 seats here and there. But certainly 6 seats is way out of expectation. And generally, in every zone that has been projected, the DMK's lead, except in one zone, the DMK's lead is more than 10%. So how is it possible, unless there is a very concentrated seat in one of those zones where the trend is reversed, where it is possible for an underdog to win? My gut feel is yes, the BJP can open its account, maybe win 2 seats, maximum of 3 if they are really, this is bang on, but certainly not more than that. The AIADMK, I also expect again a very similar performance, but my gut feel is the DMK combined has to start worrying now. They may win this election, but they're not winning this election because people want to vote for them in huge numbers. They are winning it because of a divided opposition. And if they lose, as this is projecting 15%, my gut feel is they will lose 8-9% vote share. They won the last election with a 3.5%, 4% vote share difference, assembly election. So if they are going to lose 8 or 9 or 10% vote share now, they are in huge trouble for 2026 for the assembly elections. And even if they end up winning 35 out of 39 seats, I see this result as being a massive worry for the DMK Congress combined. Mind you, it's not the DMK, it's the DMK, Congress, CPI, CPM, MMK, Indian Union Muslim League, Kongu Nadu Makkal Katchi, then they've got VCK. Oh my God! I mean, it's a group of about 15 parties together, and if they are together losing 8 or 9 or 10% vote share, it is a massive wake-up call for them.
All right. Srini sir, what about the possibility of BJP really winning 4 to 6 seats and AIADMK also 4 to 6?
Yeah, so this range is bit this thing. I think minimum 4 and maximum 6, and there is always a issue how the vote share is converted into seats. I think that's why there's a range being offered here. I do feel that if this is the kind of change which has happened in Tamil Nadu, which actually most people seem to have missed, at least in the media, if you see, unlike in the north where media has been projecting the central government and it's working in a certain manner, there's been more caution here. Obviously, to say that, there is a 15% loss of vote share to the alliance, DMK alliance, it's a huge number. And if, that kind of anti-incumbency is what DMK has brought, I mean, the Stalin regime has brought in last few years, is a question mark. Because on the other hand, we also seem to be saying that, look, Congress, we also have to see that this is a parliamentary election where Congress is an ally there. And there is, anti-Congressism in Tamil Nadu, but when it comes to BJP, I think they get more share than them. So there is a big if here.
I think my view is DMK has integrated in Tamil Nadu and like in other states, in Telangana, national parties are preferred uh, by voters. We started with Telangana, now we are seeing it in Tamil Nadu. Even in some states in the east, there are signals available in our data that people are preferring national parties for regional parties, primarily because regional parties came up because people thought they will champion for their cause. With once the GST regime came into play and the devolution testing with the center, there is a marginal realization in people that center has everything with it. So let us be friendly with the center. Is my takeaway from findings. So going forward, even in a hardcore state like Tamil Nadu, if we can advance so much, I think there is a shift happening. Regional parties, I think they have to rethink their strategy. National parties are on the rise, and if based on our projections all over the country, the national parties, especially the BJP, is making a deep foray where regional parties are, including in Jharkhand, where JMM is there, in West Bengal, TMC. I pursue that Prime Minister Modi's candidate. There are exceptions to that, saying that that regional parties become dynastic, and also several other attributes he attributes to them. Maybe it has made an impact on the voters. That is my assumption, based on our findings.
All right, so we'll have to wait and watch. how this entire picture unfolds. But you're watching this pre-poll survey, which was conducted by the Federal-Puthiyathalaimurai-Apt research group. And let's inform the viewers about the big picture we will be putting out on this pre-poll survey tomorrow. So stay tuned to the Federal. Thanks to all of you, Srini sir, Raghuram, Kavita, thank you so much for joining. And one appeal to the viewers who have been hooked to this pre-poll survey, subscribe to our channel, send us your feedback. Thank you.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.